G'day YouTube. So on a nice fine day like it is today, got another problem again. These CM4 connections, I mean, all these ones up here, they're fine. But the ones on the shed, they're no good. I've got 14 amps coming in. It is extremely hot and it's melting. And I can barely even touch it. It's too hot. So I'm gonna have to grab a rag or something, take it apart, and replace it. I mean, you can even see this one, it's all cracked down here. And the focus. Yeah, see, it's all cracked. This one's just melting. And I've got three the same. So I've got three the same on that one. Yeah. So that's my next thing again, replacing these CM4 connectors. So I recommend, if anyone's going to be doing CM4 connectors, is to make sure that you crimp and then solder it, because otherwise you just get problems with melting. So basically I'll have to cut a bit more of it off. I'm trying to save as much cable as I can because you don't have a lot to play with. I always seem to like to put a lot of solder on mine just to make sure it's, you know, like a nice good connection, but really you don't need too much. I always seem to like the smaller, like the thinner solder. It just seems to be a lot easier to work with. Can't seem to tighten them up anymore. These two are going to have big gaps in it. What I might end up doing, I might put some silicone around this. Alright, so I just got a little bit of no more gap silicone. Unfortunately it's white. Now it doesn't have to be pretty. At least you know that it's definitely waterproof now. The water's not going to get in there. I'm just so sick of replacing these things. They were tight, but they just still had a gap in them, so I had to put silicone over them. I don't want any water getting in there. But yeah, so I shouldn't have any water leaks going into there. I like to replace these cables in here at some point. I need to get one more of those panels and put it up here, then cut down the frame. Then I was thinking of putting this probably on top of that. I'll test it out, so that way it'll be facing that way, because the sun comes up here and sets over that way, so that way it'll cover all areas. If I had the money, all the cables will be replaced. Probably put a junction box maybe up there with maybe a disconnect or something like that. Then that'll go underneath. Right, so I connected the cables, and now we're up to 16 amps. And now that voltage has come right up. I notice when the voltage is high, even though, you know, this is nice and cool, this fan will come on. So I'm just going to turn it off, then on, just to reset it, because I don't need it. It's on temperature. The one thing I definitely recommend people to do if they do CM4 connectors, I don't have the proper crimping tool, but I make sure that I can't pull it off. Make sure you solder them, because if you don't, you're just going to lose power, they're going to melt. Yeah, I've had so many times that I've had problems with my cable, so yeah, just make sure you solder them, otherwise this stuff happens. So I haven't got much of a load, I've got to put all my load back on again. Well, that's it, YouTube. There is more content to come, so like it, hate it, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks and bye.